You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
We are at the LCMS Youth Gathering in New Orleans. We get to talk with more international representatives at the LCMS Youth Gathering. Today's episode of The Coffee Hour is underwritten in part by Concordia University, Wisconsin. You can learn more about Concordia University, Wisconsin by visiting cuw.edu.
Live uncommon.
Joining us today at the KFUO Stage of the LCMS Youth Gathering are international representatives. I'll give you a chance to introduce yourselves. First to my left here.
I'm Lily. I'm a rising senior, and I live in Hong Kong.
A rising senior in Hong Kong. So that means you're going into your senior year of high school in Hong Kong. Well, thanks for being here today, Lily. And also joining us today,
I'm James Rush. I'm working at Lutheran University in South Korea and also attend International Lutheran Church, Seoul.
Wow. Well, thanks for being here today, James. It's great to have you. So let's talk a little bit about the country where you live and that you're representing here at the gathering. What's one thing about the church where back in Hong Kong, the church and school, that you think might be unique?
I think that's really unique that the pastor, he cares a lot about us, and he makes it a priority to celebrate a lot of things that happen in our community. So just even small things like fundraising, we'll host this big potluck as a brunch or a lunch, and it doesn't matter what holiday it is. Even if it's even if it's someone's birthday, then we'll kind of go all out, and the community will kind of band together. And so I think that's something that's really nice to do, especially with a small church. So it's a good priority to have with the church.
Yeah. James, what about you?
Very similar. I'm actually wearing two hats today because I have the International Lutheran Church Seoul, but it's the Lutheran Church in Korea, the LCK, who sent me, who is the reason why I can be here. So for the International Lutheran Church in Seoul, we serve an expat community, and it's very similar. The people that want home-baked Thanksgiving meals and that home family feel, that's where I worship on a regular basis on Sundays at the International Church. But the Lutheran Church in Korea has about 50 congregations. It's small compared to the many Christian congregations in Korea as a whole, but we are very much in the middle of things and able to share our theology and share our good news with our brothers and sisters in Christ in Korea.
Very good. So what do you want your family, your congregation, your church back home to know about the youth gathering, what you've experienced, what you've seen here, Lily?
I think that I just kind of want them to know that it's a great place for high schoolers to come and connect with other people of the same belief, because I feel like that's kind of hard in Hong Kong, especially not being the main religion there. So I think having somewhere to go, especially in a new country, it gives a lot of more experience to see the world, and it's just a great place to meet people and also just to learn more about your faith. So it's just a great place for high schoolers because that's kind of what high school is all about.
Yeah, fantastic. James, what about you?
I would say the education that the Lutheran Church is connected to in Asia is pretty awesome. And there are national schools and churches. There are international schools. And for the youth that we are bringing here today, we have 5 youth and a pastor. Pastor Go has already made the Instagram and Facebook pages for this, so way to go, Pastor. That there's a voice for Lutheranism to be at the Christian table. And so our youth are very impressed, almost overwhelmed with this experience. But I think going home, they will be able to say, hey, this is the family that we are part of, the faith family that is global and worldwide, and we can do the same thing in Korea possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, this event is overwhelming for anyone. I can imagine coming from a different country and a different culture and how overwhelming that may be as well. Yeah. Okay, so we mentioned earlier we might talk a little bit about food before we came on the air. Favorite foods from Hong Kong?
I'd say my favorite food is definitely dim sum. There are so many different kinds. Even if you're a vegetarian, there's so many different kinds of vegetarian options they have. I'm not a vegetarian, so I wouldn't know. But there's so many different options, and it's just so fun to see all the options and try all of them. So I would say that's my favorite part, especially about being newer to Hong Kong.
Are you going to try some Louisiana-style food while you're here in New Orleans?
I can't wait to try some gumbo. Yeah.
James, favorite foods back in South Korea?
I would be in trouble if I didn't say my wife's food. And so she's Indonesian, and we have a chance to make our own kimchi sometimes. So kimchi is a staple of most every meal. A lot of fresh foods, bibimbap and stews, the jigaes. They're all very fresh and delicious, and I warmly welcome you to Korea to try them all.
Okay, what was the first one you said? Really,
bibimbap.
Okay, what's that?
It's kind of like fresh vegetables with rice, and then they'll put a chili paste that will kind of mix it all up, depending on how beautiful you want to keep it versus just start mixing it all up. So
with the chili paste a little spicy?
The chili paste is just spicy enough. I am not a spice connoisseur, and so you can get it as mild as you'd like, as well as lots of chili paste in there. So.
All right. Have you tried any of the New Orleans food since you've been here yet?
I have. We tried the po' boy shrimp sandwich and some gumbo already, and was treated. We, as an international group, were welcomed to the Broadmoor Community Church and had some jambalaya, and just magnifique. That's French, but the French Quarter works for us, right? So, but yeah, they treated us well. It was delicious. I was glad to be able to have that.
Yeah, I saw those videos. That looked like it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
So how did you guys get the privilege of coming here? I know you mentioned, James, that the church in Korea sent you. I'm curious how both of you were privileged enough to be sent here to the youth gathering, Lily.
We kind of did like this fundraising brunch at our church where we just kind of flipped pancakes and made scrambled eggs and bacon for our community, and so it was really fun. And our community was really generous in the donations they were able to send us here, and so it was super fun just like also work in the community, but like getting to connect with them and talk about why we're excited to come to the gathering. It was really cool.
Yeah, James?
So the LCK, the Lutheran Church in Korea, is very intentional about keeping and maintaining the relationship with LCMS, and so they wanted to make sure that we had representation here, and I was blessed to be able to be a part of that. Pastor Go and I also had attended in Minneapolis, and so it's our second go around. We're working out the kinks together, and as far as trying to make sure that the kids don't get too jet lagged and are able to fully enjoy this whole experience. But yeah, the church funded the tickets and the registration and everything. So and the LCMS, the youth gathering, gave us a very nice discount and help provide for us to be able to be here. So we really got to give thanks to the leadership of the youth gathering. That's how I was able to be privileged enough to come here.
That's fantastic. Now, Lily, you mentioned that you're a rising senior. Tell us about school in Hong Kong.
It's kind of crazy compared to my other schools that I've been to. It's definitely the biggest, but it's really fun because I've gotten to participate in 3 sports in my junior year, which was super fun. I got to kind of like continue my sports that I've been doing for a while and then try a new sport, which was super cool.
Awesome.
Do you have specific responsibilities here at the gathering as an international representative?
I kind of just make sure our group is in one piece, which is kind of easy compared to the bigger groups. We're kind of a smaller group with 4 kids, but being the oldest, I feel like it's just kind of like leading them like, oh, do you guys want to go to this session and not just play games, kind of like that. But it's been really fun, just kind of like being the oldest and kind of just like setting a example, sort of like that, because it's all of our first time. So it's been really cool just kind of leading the younger people.
That's awesome.
James, do you have specific duties here at the LCMS gathering?
I am like Tanner Olson. I'm just happy to be here. And very sincere with that. We do have an international booth. We invite anybody and everybody to come out and check that out. We're going to be Tuesday at 1 o'clock, but all of the different groups have tried to introduce the country, maybe show us some things about the culture. So that's what we're going to do, is we have some games and some activities that Korean kids tend to play. Not Squid Games things, but fortunately. But we do have a lot of other things in the Korean culture to introduce, and be very happy to share that with anybody that stops by.
Very good. Well, thank you both for spending some time with us here at KFUO at the LCMS Youth Gathering. It's been fun to meet you and learn your stories. Lily, James, thanks so much for being our guests on the Coffee Hour.
Kamsahamnida.
You're listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
At Concordia University, Wisconsin, we believe you were created for a reason: to use your God-given gifts to help others, to live a life of self-sacrifice in a me-first world, to live a life that's uncommon. Whether you're taking one of 50-plus online programs or learning with us in person on the shores of Lake Michigan, you'll be equipped to make an uncommon impact. Learn more at cuw.edu. Concordia University, Wisconsin. Live uncommon.